Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Were Krishna and Buddha prophets sent by Allah? Did they warn about idolatry explicitly?
Okay, we're not going to enter that topic now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent 124,000 prophets. To every nation we have sent a prophet. And either the nation is going to reject the ways of the prophet after they pass, or they're going to make their prophets to become deities, to become objects of worship, to become lords. So, if Krishna, Buddha, whoever it is, they were prophets that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent, they brought only Tawhid. They brought only the knowledge of how to return to their Lord. They brought only Islam, which means what? Submission to Allah. And they will warn the nation how not to worship other idols, other ilahs except for Allah. And they are going to tell their nation to stay away from the tricks and traps of this dunya. And they're going to warn the nation what is going to happen in the Akhir Zaman. So many religions, it speaks about maybe 50, 60, 70% of what we talked about, isn't it? How to return to their Lord. How to watch out for the tricks and traps of this dunya and the ego. Akhir Zaman. But the most important things, the amantu billahi, wa malaikatihi, wa kutubihi, wa rasulihi, all those principles of the faith, the Aqidah, it is crooked. Isa alayhi salam was a prophet sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And every prophet also spoke about the coming of the last prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. But they took Isa alayhi salam, who is a prophet, who is a man, to be a god. 2 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion, doesn't matter if there's 7 billion, 100 billion Christians saying that, it doesn't change the reality. He was not God. He was not a creator. He was a creature. He was a prophet. Doesn't matter if there's 1 billion Muslims or 100 or 1. The truth still stays there. Haq is haq and batil is batil. So, did they warn about idolatry? Yes, they did. Even now, with all the corruption that has happened, you may look into their books properly to find. Don't be busy with that so much too. Don't be busy with that. You don't invite people to the truth by fighting with them. Don't have debates. That is not the way of Allah and His Prophet. That is not the way of the Sahaba Kiram. That's not the way of the awliya Allah to debate. They live the Sunnat and they show it. They have the light of the Prophet ﷺ and they show it. And if people like, they say, what I have is not complete, you have the complete light. Let me have it from you. They say, now welcome to the door of Islam. Enter. Don't get into the trick. Don't be fooled by shaitan and Dajjal in these days, just to be studying different religions and take their books and their verses to fight against them and to show them that they are wrong. This is bad manners, it is bad adab, this is not sunnat, this is not the sunnat of the awliya Allah, not the sunnat of the Rasulullah ﷺ, and it doesn't work. Which man you're going to come, you're going to convince him reading an air? You say you are wrong because your Buddha is saying this, and he's going to say, yes, you know what, you're right. Yeah, really? Like this? Oh, you're right. Okay, let me say, how many? Maybe thousands that you have said, only a handful that they are going to. But they became Muslim also. Maybe they come into the truth. They understand that their way, it is not complete. Not by the light of the Prophet. Not by taqwa. Not by your own example of the lifestyle, but just by debating. By words. So next time he's going to hear someone else saying better words, but against to Islam, he's just going to follow him again. It is not words, it is action. Ibn Abbas radiallahu an, he went to Central Asia, and the people there, they're strong, worshipping other than Allah. He did not go there to study their books, to sit down and to debate with them, to be busy with that. He did not. He just went carrying the light of the Prophet ﷺ, and by his lifestyle, people looked and they noticed there is something there. There is something pure and holy. There is light. Let me go and take this light. And if you look at the history of Islam, so many areas where Islam went and penetrated, it is not through debating. It is because those ones who are sincere friends of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the others they see and they get attracted. Don't fight. It will never work. This is not the way of Sahibul Saif either. If you want to follow your own way, if you say this is the way of Shaykh Mawlana, or Shaykh Mawlana's other Khalifas are doing it, or this one, we say you are free, go to their way then. But the way of Sahibul Saif, it is not. We go. People may come from different religions to come and to worship with us. You are invited to come and worship. There are certain things you want to ask us about our religion, we may say. We will even say, you are wrong. This is what we are believing in. But we say, it is up to you. We're not going to sit down going back and forth now. That is not the way. So if you are following the way of Sahibul Saif, leave this. Because Shaitan is making you to be busy with Malayani. Malayani. Sit and ask, in all those years that I'm studying all these books and all these verses and all these chapters and all these proofs, how many people did you bring into Islam? And out of these, how many are really sincere? And how many stay? And how many make progress? Yeah. Then you're going to understand. May Allah make us to understand more and to follow our Shaykh better. The way of tariqat is not being busy with that. Tariqat is not also being busy with attacking Wahhabis 24 hours. It is not. In case you forget, tariqat is to purify yourself. It is not to attack the Wahhabis. You may know a couple of things here and there. They say you may say something, but concentrate on the sunnah of the Rasulullah ﷺ. That is how you soften their hearts. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us and open our way in this new year for us to become better servants, more awake servants, inshallah. To take the nazar away from our community, from our jamaat, to take the fitna away from our hearts and our jamaat. For more opening for us to run in the way of Allah, for us to be strong believers until we die. For the sake of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, al-Fatiha. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.